I try as early as possible to get to site, and one of the first things I do will go and walk the floor. We have our project kickoff, then I will walk the floor. Now, fortunately, I've got the experience of managing operations. I've managed a few of them and different areas within those operations. So it allows me to have prior knowledge and in most cases prior experience of what our clients are actually doing. So I try as early as possible to get to site, and one of the first things I do will go and walk the floor. Start at goods in, walk the warehouse, end at goods out. How do you do it? Why do you do it that way? What do you need to capture? And it just helps me build that picture. Having the picture always helps for me to talk to our clients in their language. Talking in their language helps further down the line for training as well. So what do you call a pallet? What do you call your racking? What do you call your customers? What do you call your trucks? Any of that. So when you're getting down to users, the day-to-day users of the system, I'm talking to them how they have been talking about their operation for years, and try and keep it as unique to them as possible. Part of walking the floor is to get a better understanding of how process flows through each individual operation. Throughout, although mostly I will be taking mental notes, I will be talking to them through the steps, start to finish, of what each of the individual processes for picking, for put away, for receipt, for managing your stock. Getting an understanding start to finish of how they do it, and I will make notes and steps on those. Obviously, the more complex requires more work from our side in terms of projects. So what project flows do I need to put together? Is it a simple flow? Is it a more complex? And the good thing is we've got a good team. We've got some really good support behind us. So if it's something that requires a bit more lateral thinking, then we'll all club together and we'll go through it, and it'll be like, we know what the inputs are and we know what the expected outputs are, but being able to do this piece in the middle, how do we convert from this to that? What do we need to capture? How do we capture it? Can we capture it currently? All of those conversations come in, what we call a confirmation of requirements, and we supply that at the very start of the project, essentially before training happens, to say, this is how I understand what you do. This is what I think our solution is for you that does this. Do you agree? If so, let's train. Let's go from that point. But we're also open to knowing that you probably can't find everything about that operation through one walk on the floor. It's inevitable, something's going to come up. There's going to be a particular person in that warehouse who's been there for 20 years who then suddenly says, yeah, but don't forget we do it like that with that customer. And it will just appear and you'll go, oh, hang on, we need to probably review this. We can catch a lot of those on the fly, as long as they're not too specific, whereby we have to do some development in the system. But in most cases, we can configure a way around it to capture that requirement as well, and then keep it account specific. So we split what the process is. If it's this, we do it this way. If it's that, can we do it this way?